Nicole Snooki Polizzi, why is strong the new sexy?
This has been my motto for the past 2 years, no, 3 years. Ever since I had my children, I always pictured myself to be like a fit mom, a strong mom. So I basically just turned my life around for my kids, which, you know, that usually happens.
And this is your 5th book. You're extremely prolific. So how does this fit into your brand? Are you trying to venture into the workout business, perhaps?
Well, this is like my real life, so I'm not really trying to fit in anywhere. I'm just sharing my life like I always been. So, yeah, this book is so awesome, and I'm really, really excited about it because it's basically a whole book of how I changed myself for the better. So it's like fitness and just inspiration, motivation, like all that good stuff. It's in the book. So I definitely think I bettered myself.
Well, you certainly have. And how do you choose the products and the projects to which you lend your name? Because you have 2 small kids at home,
yeah.
Time's at a premium. So how do you choose things?
I have to be passionate about what I do. Like I've gotten a couple offers where I'm like, you know what, that's great money, but I'm not really into it, so it's pointless for me to do. So like it's more of just like I really am into the stuff that I'm promoting. So yeah, like workout stuff, kids stuff, definitely stuff in the mom space, because that's my life now.
And how's it selling? You have a website called TheSnookiShop. Shop. So let's talk about your sales right now. If you can tell me how they are and who's shopping right now, what are some of the big styles?
Well, the sales are actually going up every single month, which is good because we're doing a lot of BOGOs and just like exclusive videos that you can get from me, which is cool because the fans love that. But the big thing is like I really want to get into stores, and it's really hard to get into stores because people are so like articulate with what brands they want to promote. So that's why I had to add Lovanna, which is my new line in my clothing line, which is actually my kids' names put together, Lorenzo and Giovanna. I had to make Lovanna because no stores wanted to take the Snooki brand. So Lovanna is basically Lovanna by Nicole Polizzi, so there's no Snooki in it. So, you know, it's hard, especially with the clothing line, because people, when they think of Snooki, they think of Jersey Shore, but that was 6 years ago, and that's not who I am anymore. So with my brand, I'm just really trying to, like, introduce myself as the new person that I am today.
Do you ever try and overcome that? Because if there is resentment about how your notoriety was gained, how do you push back on that and say, no, look, we have great product here, it should be on your shelves?
Yeah, I basically just have to have meetings with people and show them. I think the #1 thing is people need to meet me in person because I have this impression of me that I'm something that I'm really not anymore, you know? So once I sit down and I have the meetings, then they realize, okay, she's in a totally different space than we thought she was. So it's basically just like a meet and greet and actually showing them exactly like what my brand is about now.
And who are your customers primarily? Because you're a mom now. You've
yeah.
evolved from the Jersey Shore where there was a lot of teenagers and people in their early 20s. So
right.
How are you bringing your audience along?
Well, the good thing is everybody is growing up with me. So everybody that loved watching Jersey Shore and was kind of like in the party stage that I was, they're all starting to settle down now and have kids. So I still have the same fans that I did in Jersey Shore. They're just growing with me. And then also when I did Dancing with the Stars, I actually got a lot of new fan bases from like the older women, just because, you know, they didn't really like me on Jersey Shore, but when they saw me on Dancing, you know, I grew up, I had a kid, so that's when they fell in love with me. So I'm basically, you know, I have my old fans that I had on Jersey Shore, but I'm also having new ones because they can relate to me more.
And how do you plot your media campaigns? Because you're very well versed in media. You have a podcast, you did a TV show, 2 TV shows. So how do you pick and choose those projects?
Well, I like things that I can show my fans my life. So like my podcast, I love that idea because I eventually like want to do hosting. I would love to have my own talk show one day, like a panel series or something. So that was kind of like, all right, I get to be able to talk to my fans, but I can also practice hosting at the same time. So I love my podcast. That's on Podcast One. It's every Tuesday. It's called Naturally Nicole. So I'm trying to introduce the Nicole here, not Snooki. Yeah, so I mean, with the TV shows and the spin-offs, you know, it's showing my life, and it showed my life as a mother, as a spin-off. So, yeah, I just like to show people, like, who I really am, and I'm literally the normalest girl you'll ever meet. And I don't even think that's a word, but I just used it.
And then, finally, one of the things you talk about in the book is how you understand that fame can be fleeting, so you're saving your money. Can you talk about how you're saving your money and investing, perhaps?
Well, the good thing is when this all started, my dad knew it was going to be crazy. And I was like, no, Dad, it's not. But, you know, it was. So my dad and my mom, they started working for me and they started investing in good things. They saved my money and they actually was paying my credit card bill. So if it was too high, they'd be like, Nicole, you know, like I was 16 years old, Nicole, you got to watch the spending, even though I was like 21. So they really helped me with controlling my money. But as of right now, like I'm doing everything on my own because, you know, now I have kids and stuff, so I have to do everything on my own. But, you know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my parents because I probably would have blew all that money. Because, you know, when you're young, you have all that money, you're like, dude, I'm going to Vegas, I'm going out, I'm buying cars. And that's just something I didn't do, which thank God, because now I can give my kids a good life.
It's good to have a financial advisor, even better when it's your parents.
Oh, that too. Yeah, your parents. You can trust your parents.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Nicole.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you for watching The Street.